Hi, it's Adam here. The junior message this week is about appreciation, which I think is a very powerful message that we can really instill in the young lives that we have to sculpture at the club, and more importantly, your child's life. And I gave a very brief story about two boys that were riding their bike home after they were playing, and they both got a flat tire. And one thought, "Wow, I'm really lucky that I got home, and now I get to fix the flat tire here." And then the other boy got upset that he had a flat tire, and obviously his behavior was reflected that he didn't have an attitude of appreciation opposed to the other boy. As they were both fixing their tires, one boy had a spanner and it flew out of his hand, nearly hit a car, and he thought to himself, "Wow, I'm really lucky that didn't hit mum's car." And on the other side of the coin, the other boy hit mum's car, got upset, and then threw the spanner and smashed a window. So I sort of said to the kids, what is appreciation, and which child had an attitude of appreciation? And was one just having a bit of bad luck, or was it his attitude that actually manifested some of the consequences? And then I'd ask the boys, the students in class, which out of these two boys would you want to be your friend? And which one do you think grew up to be, a good person, or a really good dad in this instance? And obviously it was obvious the first boy that had the attitude of appreciation. So as a parent, this is a really vital trait that you want your child to have, is to have an attitude of appreciation. And some small things that I do that really help is with our family here, we all ask each other every single day, what's one thing that you're grateful for, that you appreciate? So that simple task is always putting it at the top of their mind, that I'm grateful for these things. At the same time, it's very hard as a parent sometimes when obviously we're very fortunate in Australia, and we have many things, and the kids are obviously at Christmas time getting lots of toys, and they've got a lot. So it's really important that we constantly remind them that not everyone has the same opportunities as that we do, and we need to be grateful for what we do have. And I know in my life, it was only until I started traveling as a young teenager with my family to Southeast Asia that I started to realize that we really have it good in Australia. And hopefully, you have that opportunity where you can sort of show your kids that not everyone has the same opportunities as you do. And you really need to maximize that, and more importantly, be grateful and appreciate what you do have. A really good quote for the adults that I remember growing up as a young teenager that a good mentor of mine shared with me was, I used to complain that I had no shoes until I met the man that didn't have a foot. And it's really important, again, with that quote, to really realize that what you do have, and to be grateful for it whilst you do have it, not until you actually lose something that we become grateful for it. So please chat with the kids about having some appreciation, and more importantly, follow up with that message. Ask them, often, what are you grateful for today? How was your day? And if something does happen, make sure we really instill that message, because it's a powerful message. And even if something bad happens, like their bike, they have a flat tire, well, it's not the end of the world. What are you grateful for? Well, I'm grateful that I have the bike, or I'm grateful that I got home closer to the time, so I didn't have to ride or walk with a flat tire. So you can definitely change a perception there. And as a parent, it's really important to keep reminding them of this trait. Okay, all the best, and I'll see you in class.